Hey y'all, my name is Belle and I'm back again for another TV review of Love and Marriage Hoodville. Okay? I know this episode is going to have me fighting in the comments, but that's all right. I don't have a problem with doing that. Before we get started, I'm going to ask that you like the video and get down in the comments and let me know what you think about my opinion, what you think about the show, etc., etc. All right? Let's get started. So, all right. Destiny is at her grand opening. Okay, we're going to shout out P Valley. We missed that. We missed the show. Can't wait for it to come back. Rumor has it that they got approved for season 3 and it's going to be coming up. But anyway, this is Love and Hip Hop. Love and Marriage Hoodville, not P Valley. So Destiny is having her grand reopening. Word on the curb is that the grand reopening was an event that was posted on social media, so pretty much anybody in the community could have come, but I say that with exception. We'll get into it, and I know y'all gonna be mad at me, but I don't care. Fight me in the comments, okay? Fight me in the comments. I'm prepared. So Stormy shows up. She pulls up in this gold G-Wagon. And she comes with flowers and a gift, basically trying to extend an olive branch. And when I first heard about Stormy showing up, I was just like, what is Stormy doing here? Is she trying to kick up dust? What is she doing? But I genuinely feel like Stormy was coming just to try to extend an olive branch, maybe get some business going, maybe to extend that, because they really didn't have a whole lot of beef. There wasn't really any real issue between Stormy and Destiny. I understand why Destiny was frustrated, but I don't agree with the way she handled things. I feel like she could have conducted herself in a much better way for people to, number one, take her seriously as a businesswoman. Number two, not give anybody any room to insult her, okay? It's just a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. So Stormy shows up, comes out. Destiny tells her store manager, go and tell them people, go tell Stormy that they can't come in here. Now, what I don't understand is how she was able to try to kick Stormy out, who she can actually benefit from, right? Because Stormy sells a hair care product and she has a beauty supply store that she's opening. But she couldn't do that for Mel. I'm like, what are you doing, Destiny? You look stupid. You look you look dumb. So anyway, she sends the lady, I think her name's Ashley, out to meet Stormy. Stormy brings her flowers. Stormy, brings her a Gucci gift, Gucci purse, who she goes around and tells everybody who would possibly listen that she brought her a gift. Now, mind you, if you didn't like Stormy like that, if anything, you at least want to connect with her for business. She bought you a Gucci purse. Like, girl, yeah, relax. It's not that serious. But anyway, so again, I understand why Destiny was frustrated. Like, this lady shows up to my event. She's basically sided with Mel. She doesn't fool with me like that. She doesn't have any of her product in my store. The shade is Destiny's store is always closed. I wouldn't want to have my product in your store anyway, which, that may help your store be open if you have the right products. Girl, anyway, there's a lot of things. She was not thinking strategically in this moment, and that was it was showing her emotional immaturity, okay? So, here's what I think about Destiny. Here's why I think Destiny operated the way that she operated in this episode. I feel like Destiny believes that Mel or Stormy are the it girls. She believes that those women are the ones that hold the key to her success. And so if she were to burn a bridge with them, specifically Mel, then I don't think that she would feel like she would have any way to recover from that. Because there's plenty of times where she should have let Mel know who she checked her at the door, okay? And she didn't. And so I'm feeling like maybe Destiny feels like Mel holds the key to her success, which is her own downfall, because honestly, Mel came up. She came to that thing to show her behind, and that's all. And again, you fight me in the comments, but Mel showed up to show her ass. Okay, that's all she did. So Mel walks in with her mother. Right, she pulls up in a white G wagon. Comes in with her mother. Destiny standing in the corner, shaking and fuming and carrying on. Tisha and Kimmy are like, girl, what's wrong with you? Girl, get your energy right. Girl, handle your business. Girl, handle your handle, girl. You don't got to be like this. You don't have to act like this. It's not that serious. Like, relax, right? The girl brought gifts. Like, and for real, like, Stormy came to her and was like, listen, I know we didn't start on the right foot, but I really want to congratulate you. Like, that, the energy that Stormy was giving you was enough to be like, all right, cool, girl, thank you, I really appreciate that, da, 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 da. Even if you didn't want to fool her at the time, that's fine. But to give her that would have solidified your queendom. But you didn't do that, Destiny. I'm very, very, very disappointed. And I feel like it's because you feel like you've been ousted by the It Girls and you're angry about being ousted. You took it as an ego blow. So anyway, Mel comes in. She walks in and says, hey, Destiny, walk right past her. Let's go look around. I'm like, now see that right there? That you should have, no ma'am, come on. You, that's all you got? You don't got nothing to see here. You can go right on. Bye. I would have shown Melody the door. Okay? Shown Melody the door. And honestly, I laughed because it was hilarious how Destiny was sitting in the corner fuming, allowing this girl to just mosey around her property. Anyway, so then Mel walks over to Martell, and it was so funny again because Martell with a devilish smile says, yeah, Mel left my house and we were talking about going to Florida together, and Miss Van, her Mel's mother, fake was sitting there like, she invited you, or you brought it up? I didn't know you went to her house. Oh, okay. Well, as long as you guys are able to handle it and, working together, I know the kids love that. She's so phony, and I see where Mel gets it. I see where Melody gets it. So Mel walks up, and Miss Van says, oh, Martell told me about how y'all going to Florida together. And she's like, oh, yeah. I said, whatever. Miss Van, I know she was mad as hell. I know she was fighting mad. I know she was, but her fake self, per usual, ain't say nothing. Yeah, as long as Melody is being able to do what she can do, I know the kids will really appreciate that. I know he's not, I know Mark, I told somebody in an interview the other day, he don't have to take accountability. We just moving forward. He don't got to do that. Miss Van, baby, I'm so tired of them and their hogwash. Girl, go on up the road with that. So anyway, so then, what am I? I'm looking at my notes. Okay, so Mel meets with Stormy. Stormy basically gives her the rundown on what happened. How Destiny told Ashley, her store manager, to tell Stormy that she basically can't come in, which she should have been doing that with Mel. Because she got more beef with Mel than Stormy. But we, again, I've already gave my thoughts on that. And so Mel just couldn't resist trying to sound like she's the mentor, like she's Confucius, like she's just got all the gems, dropping gems in Storm. You got to be the person that and you got to give out the good energy, and God will, girl, if you don't be with all that foolishness. That reminds me of the time when the whole mess tumbled out about Martell being a cheater, finding out that she knew about Martell being a cheater from the beginning, and she still was with him. And then she decided she was gonna go on a public tour, gathering all these wounded women about cheating and infidelity when her husband was still carrying on and she wasn't dealing. Just like, Mel cannot resist the opportunity to stand on a soapbox and sound like she has the key and the blueprint to everything. Girl, if you don't go sit down, she is not real. But anyway, we gonna move along. We moving along. We scooching on. Okay, so Let me tell you something. Martell ain't loyal to nobody but himself, okay? And I literally saw that through this entire episode because of the fights that he was, the people who he was arguing with and going back and forth with. Which, by the way, he did try to keep himself out of the mess for quite some time, but Martell just can't help it. It's in his blood. But you can tell his loyalty ain't to nobody but himself, okay? Because in the same breath that he was saying that Mel can't keep friends and all this other foolishness, when Mel was arguing with Destiny and carrying on and walking through the store like they, you know, Martell walked right out with Mel and didn't say nothing. He was just walking out with her like, yep, this who I'm with, you know? And it was just, I was just looking at Martell, just, he ain't. Anyway, okay, so, Mel decides she's gonna leave because she wants to go handle it with Miss Wanda. Now, mind you, people have been saying in the comments that this was a production event, that Mel was forced to go. Mind you, here's my opinion on that. Mel, I don't know if she's still listed as executive producer, but she was able to manage when and how she filmed with Martell. If she was able to do that, and he is also an executive producer, she was also able to manage who she could film with and when she could film with. She didn't have to show up to that event. She came to show her ass, okay, with Wanda and Rec Shop. That's what she did. Under the guise of supporting Black business, because that's what I'm here for. She didn't buy nothing from Destiny's store. She barely greeted Destiny. She did speak to her because Destiny later on was like, Mel didn't speak to me. She did, but it was dry. It was when you have an event, when you have a grand reopening, you go to the person who's having the person that you're honoring. You go to them, you celebrate them, you dote on them. Oh my God, I love this place. It looks amazing. You know, da 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 da. Y'all aren't in a good space. You walk up to the person and say, listen, I know we're not in a good space, but I'm extending an olive branch. This is me trying to make it better. She did none of the things because that's not her intention. She was not there for Destiny. She was not there to support Destiny. She was there to wreck shop, okay? Now, what I find, again, because Mel lives in contradiction and phoniness, when she was having her skincare line launch, she made sure that there was security available. She made sure that nobody who she didn't want to be there was there. Even when she had her pajama party, she made sure not to invite Destiny and Tisha, the main people who she said were her ops. But she conveniently decided to show herself up to this. And people saying it was production. She was required. Listen, I'm not buying it. Y'all are making excuses for this lady because she was able to dictate when she was able to film with Martell, who is also an executive producer. I'm sick. I'm sick and tired. The other part of that is Destiny. Girl, again, I feel like you feel like Mel holds a key to your hand, keys to your life. Because when Mel decides to leave, out with Martell, of course, because he's going to pick the allegiance that works best for him that Tuesday, that day, okay, that month, that week, that hour, that minute. She runs behind them and says, before you come into somebody's establishment, you might want to speak to them. Destiny. Destiny, huh? Girl, I need you to handle your handle in the moment and be real. I was not feeling that. I was not feeling how she run behind the girl after she done left the store. You should have handled your handle while she was in your store, in your property, on your premises. Girl, I'm finished with you, girl. I'm finished with you. So then, Melody was like, I don't got time for you. You want a moment? I'm not about to give you no moment. Van walks out, says, you are being so rude, so nasty and so rude. And I'm like, Van, now wait a minute now. So your daughter comes in here arguing with people. Now she going over to Wanda's place of business because Wanda's up to set up. You know, now mind you, Wanda ain't set up her food yet. The event probably been going on for almost an hour. Her food still ain't set up, but we're gonna keep on moving, okay? So, I see why Marceau has doubts. He still need to give her money because that's family, but or at least give her half of it. I would give her half, right? And if she can deliver, then I give her the other half or whatever. Anyway, or give it in fourths, right? I don't know. Figure something out. She's family. So anyway, so what is the girl named Destiny was like, basically, go, God bless you. And I thought that was so funny how she did that. And Miss Van was like, you ain't gonna run no successful business when you got a nasty attitude like this. I'm like, now wait a minute now. She can go, your daughter can go up, show up where she uninvited, okay, carry on the way she carrying on, but Destiny rule and ain't gonna be successful. Okay, girl. And then Destiny said something about, you need to worry about pimping your daughter. I was Stormy's face. Oh, what is happening? Huh? Girl, Destiny, what's happening, girl? What? Me and Stormy had the same face, baby, because I was looking like, what? Okay, so Mel decides to go over to Wanda. Now, here's the thing. God, here's the thing. Now, I understand that Miss Wanda ain't got no business, okay? Ain't got no business repeating rumors that she heard on the street. Now, let's clarify just a couple things before I get into it. Number one, Miss Wanda, she said it, and I actually am going to put just a quick clip of the interview with Dr. Heavenly and Martell Lyons in the description box. I'll just put I think it's like a 2-minute clip so you can see where Martell does say that he's questioning the paternity of children. Now, he doesn't say, and he's not questioning any of the paternity of the children that are alive, right? He questioned the paternity of the children that are no longer alive, right? And I feel like he didn't question the paternity of the children that are alive because he knew how damaging that would be and how crazy it would look if he didn't get a DNA test and he going around telling everybody. He's insinuated on a number of occasions how Melody has cheated on him. He's also stated that in that same video. The longer clip you'll see where he insinuated that Melody, quote unquote, cheated on him first. I don't believe nothing this man say. He's such a liar. But anyway, Melody cheated on him first, and that she told him to go out and get a girlfriend, and that's when he had a girlfriend of more than 5 years, right? Like I suspected. So he says that Melody is she out in the street, okay, with several other men. She cheated on him first, and that the children that are no longer alive, he questions their paternity. He has dragged Melody through the mud. Now, Miss Wanda took that in retaliation, okay, of what Melody said about how Wanda's baby daddy, who is Tisha's daddy, was in her DM, okay? Now, I understand why Miss Wanda did it. I totally get it. I'm not going to say that I get it. Now, it's low, but I get why she did it. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, right? Mel can't throw rocks. Wanda can't throw rocks, and don't expect either one of them to want to, go back and forth with each other. But I will say that both their hands are dirty. That's what I'm trying to say. Both their hands are dirty. Miss Wanda said things that ain't need to be said, but Mel has also said things that need to be said. And you can't throw your rocks and then get mad at how they come back at you, okay? So my issue with the situation is that Martell has been the one insinuating. Martell has been the one that has lit the fire. Wanda simply ran with the fire. Now, I'm not saying she was right. She got dirt on her hands as well. But if you want to cuss somebody out, you want to deal with somebody, you want to go up to their place of business and get in their face, you need to be doing that to Martell. That's who you need to be dealing with, okay? Because he's the one that had the video. He's the one who's been going around insinuating that you's out here in the street, okay? He's the one that put out the name of the man, because I remember Googling the face. He's an attorney somewhere in Huntsville. He put the man's name out saying that you was messing with him. So you, if you ever watch this video, Mel, need to get with Martell. Get in his, not in Wanda. Because Wanda is just a byproduct, child. She for the birds, okay? And I don't understand why you even be fooling with her. Now, she roll up on Wanda as Wanda's preparing. The one time Wanda minding her business. Dear God, the one time Wanda minding her business. She roll up on Wanda and Bernard. First of all, Bernard looked like Grady. So Mel getting all up in Grady's face. Talking about, oh, you the one that threatened me with choppers. Now, if you felt for a second that Grady was going to come upside your head with a chopper, why would you bring yourself and your kids to this event? I'm confusion, okay? Again, she started in with Grady. I'm going to call him Grady, okay? She didn't say nothing to Miss Wanda. She was talking all that trash to Bernard. And Miss Wanda was like, yup, he got a problem with you because I got a problem with you. Direct yourself to me. Talk to me about it. She was like, you know, you my elder, so I don't usually argue with elders. Wanda was like, that's all right. Well, grab your mama because you have her come in too. I was like, oh, Jesus. Lord God. And Miss Van was like, no, she don't need me. She can handle her stuff. Now, wait a minute, Miss Van. Now, I thought you said y'all don't do ghetto. I thought you said y'all don't be in the parking lot carrying on like y'all doing right now. Why would you not pull your daughter aside and be like, it's not even that serious? You don't need to be getting in her face. And I mean, Miss Van let it escalate all the way up till she got her hands in this lady's face. Now, again, she done said all the things that she needed to say, but that doesn't mean you need to put your hands in anybody's face. And I also understand that you come to a breaking point. But it's Wanda. Wanda is going to push, prod, fight, whatever. And keep in mind, you threw a stone yourself, okay? And she is only repeating the foolishness that came from your ex-husband. That's who you need to be stepping to. And that's all I'm saying. That is all I am saying. I love how Tisha stepped in between them. She basically was like giving Mel dust. Like, child, mama, I know you're not finna be fooling with this lady. I don't got time. Marceau tries to pull Tisha aside. Tisha, listen, I can't have you doing this because if you do something, then I'm going to have to do something and I don't want to have to go to jail. Marceau, I wish you took your own advice because you love telling Tisha what to do, but you never regulate your own self. I'm so sick of Marceau. Anyway, I dropped just a little 2-minute clip of Martell basically questioning the children's paternity of the ones that are no longer alive. Check it out. Martell has been starting the rumors, y'all. Okay, so Wanda they done pulled Wanda, put her in Madani, so she can't get the Melody because they arguing back and forth. She done got up in her face. Melody put her fingers all in the lady's face. I'm like, ma'am. She was like, she said, I feel like it's inappropriate. So they do like a kind of like a confessional or whatever with Melody. And Melody says, I feel like it's inappropriate for anybody's, any of my colleagues or friends, parents to jump in my DMs, because that's what she said, and that's what caused Wanda to basically report what she reported, right? But we're not gonna talk about how Miss Van was jumping on Mark Scott D. He a period, y'all. Mark is probably maybe 5 years older than you, maybe 5 years older than Marceau and them. She's considered a peer. He's considered a peer, but your mama was sleeping with him. So again, y'all stay in the double standards. It's too much for me. I can't handle it. I'm not here for it. So anyway, again, Mel brings up Tisha's daddy, and instead of dealing with Martell, she'd rather deflect and deal with Miss Wanda because it's a much easier target. So they've got Wanda in the office. They holding her back, or in the store. They holding her back. Miss Wanda, don't do this. No, it's not right. Da 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 da. Miss Wanda gets free. Miss Wanda runs outside, runs behind the cars. Production catches up with her, pushes her aside. She tries to attack Mel. Now I'm not even going to lie to you. Mel got so scared. She ain't say nothing when she thought Miss Wanda had her. Now when all the people crowded around Miss Wanda to keep her from her, that's when she started getting. I was like, girl, if you leave this lady alone, you need to leave. You need to go on. You need to go on. So anyway, so Destiny says, "Oh, y'all making a mockery out of my store." Mel jumps up. "What you said, Destiny? What you said?" I'm like, "Oh my God. I can't. I can't. I can't. I cannot. I cannot with these people. I cannot. I cannot." So again, Martell and Mel are still arguing. Tisha's now in the middle. She's like, "Y'all really should have had security." Tisha's trying to keep it together. She's trying not to say anything. Mel and Wanda are really going back and forth. She's like, "Don't put your hands on my face. I'm finna whoop her. I'm finna tie that up. All this foolishness that, all the things that you say when you about to fight somebody." So Mel was like, "I don't care where y'all from. I know y'all from the other side of the tracks." And I keep hearing them say that. Martell said it, Melody said it, and I know that it hurts Tisha's feelings because she's mentioned it to Marceau in earlier episodes. Thanks, Marceau, for saying that and giving these people more ammunition against your wife. You're such a smart man. You're so smart. You're too smart for your own good. So they get into an argument of semantics. So now it's Marceau, Tisha, Mel, Martell. They're like, "Your mom was talking about my children." And Tisha and Marceau were like, her mother was not talking about her children. Her mother was talking about Melody, okay? He was like, "Well, you in turn talking about children." Now, this is what Martell was trying to do, right? To get the heat off of him because he's the one that started the foolishness, right? She was talking about kids. She's talking about kids. That's what she was talking about. She was talking about kids indirectly. Martell, good and goddamn well, Miss Wanda was not talking about them kids. Now, she had talked about y'all kids in the past, but in this very instance, she was not talking about your kids, and she opened her mouth and said, "I was not talking about your kids. I was talking about your wife and her potential infidelities." But because Martell wants to keep up the dust, keep up the confusion, so nobody will go back and be like, "Wait a minute, it was Martell that said that foolishness and started that rumor." He wants to kick up the dust and play a game of semantics. So he's getting upset and arguing with Tisha and Marceau. Maurice is fine. Yes, she brought up kids. Yes, she brought up paternity of the children. Blah, blah, blah. Martell was like, "Man, I'm done. I'm done." Martell walks off. Marceau gets upset because Martell walks off. He grabs his hand, faces him. So now Martell and Marceau are facing each other. Maurice gets in the middle. Martell, I guess, got his hand up. Maurice puts his hand down, physically pulls his hand down. Martell pushes Maurice off. And then that's when they start brawling in the parking lot. And I'm like, Destiny, out of all the times that you should have kicked these people off your property, that was the time. Even before then, because guess what? If Mel was there to support, when you saw that she was in there arguing with Wanda, you should, and then even after Wanda had got put in the store, that's when Destiny should have stepped up and said, "Mel, you got to go. You ain't here to support. You're not here. You causing problems. You got to go." She didn't do all that. And I was so annoyed. I was so annoyed. Mel sat there for about a good another 10, 15, 20 minutes arguing about how Wanda was wrong. Girl, again, this not even your stuff. Carry your stuff on. Destiny should have got with her. I would have got with her. She would have got dealt with that day. Do you hear me? She would have got dealt with that day. Okay? So it's a whole brawl happening in front of Madani. It's looking like, love and marriage Hoodville. Okay. Police get called. You can hear the sirens whipping in. And there was a last part that I thought was interesting where Maurice was talking to a member of production. And Maurice basically says we need to have a conversation about boundaries. He says when someone says they're past their limit, you need to hear what they're saying. And what is he talking about? Who was he talking about? And at this point, Maurice, Martell, Marceau, they arguing, fussing, and fighting, about to fight each other. Everybody's pulling each other back, holding each other back. Maurice threw somebody from production onto a car. I was like, Lord Jesus, y'all ghetto. This is ghetto. It's giving very much ghetto. Oh, anyway, it was a lot going on. They're gonna pick up where we left off in the next episode tomorrow. Y'all, I apologize for my delay. I have actually been on vacation. I just came back from being down to the Dubai, y'all. You see my henna? Woo! Anyway, it was such a great vacation. I had such a good time. So many wonderful memories. Hopefully I'll be able to share in a story time real quick, or whatever. But anyway, so my name is Belle. This is the end of the review. If you've stuck around this long, you might as well go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to this growing channel. Get down in the comments. Let me know what you think about the show. What you think about Mel, Martell, line cheating, raggedy ass. Started all this foolishness. Wanda, let me know what you think. I'd appreciate it. And I will see you in the next one.